I'm here with Tim from Novacraft, and he's going to drop me off to do my river trip. I'm going to do the Thames River from tributaries to the mouth, and adventure begins. We can't find the river.
Yeah, the river's around here somewhere. It's tough out here.
It's wilderness.
Trying to find where you're going. Didn't you have a map?
I better get the map out.
Where are you going, city boy? We'll find it. It ain't nothing but the biggest river in the state.
We found the river! I'm an idiot. Forgot my paddles.
One minor setback here.
Man, we gotta go back to the shop. I got them, Tim.
Awesome. They'll be really good on the river.
Yeah. Well, I started my trip going down the Thames River. Really nice part of the Thames. It's so fresh. You're just in this wild valley, a little bit of an oasis. Great big heron right in front of me. Right in front of me. Cool. I'm surrounded by a whole pile of carp. I think they're spawning in here. Just banging on the bottom of my boat. There's got to be at least 50 of them around. Oh boy, all the planning, all the organizing, it's all done. Now I just have to paddle downstream. This is going to be awesome. It's something I've always wanted to do, actually. And now I'm doing it. Well, you can camp on private property along the Thames River as long as you ask for permission first. Wow. Wilderness. I got company today. I've got Andrew and Chris and Benjamin, and they are from Thames River paddling routes. I got it. Yes. I actually wouldn't know where I was going on this trip if it wasn't for Chris and Andrew. What do you think, Ben?
We canoe the Thames River quite often, and we found there's not many people that canoe it. So we thought, what better way to get out and get people to enjoy it than explain how you can paddle, because it is a river in and around the London area. It does empty out, and there's shallow times that you can't paddle. So we've paddled a lot of it and figured out what kind of the minimum and maximum flow rate gauges are, and we've tied them back to the Upper Thames River Conservation Authority has flow rate gauges that are live, so you can figure out within a few days before you paddle if the river's going to be high enough to go. So we are just about downtown London, and London, Ontario's got nearly 400,000 people in it, so a major city in Canada. And I mean, pan the camera around, you'd swear you're in the middle of a forest somewhere. But other than the bridges, I mean, you can't hear any traffic or see anything. So nature's really right in your backyard in London here. And the north, this is the south branch that comes towards right the core of downtown, but the north branch is the same way. You don't know until the last minute where there's a downtown park that you're in a major city. It's pretty neat.
The end of my second day on the Thames River. I think it's about time I look for a place to pitch my tent. Thames River wilderness paddling is tough, I tell you. Oh, you don't know where to put your tent. You don't know where to get your food. I had foraged this from my wilderness surroundings. You're either laughing at this or you're like, this is disgusting, Kevin. You should be in the far north on your far northern expeditions. Shower was nice. Right. Oh, sorry. It's the funniest trip I've ever been on in my life. Good night. Got to close this in case the bugs get in. It's Monday morning, and you can hear all the cars heading out to go to work, and all the stress and all the aggravation and all the life of going to work. So I gotta say, I'm working and I'm not in a traffic jam. Man, life on the river. We got one very long section of rapids coming up. I'm glad the water's up, because I'd be walking this if it wasn't. Woo! What a nice stretch of rapids. Woo! Beauty. Oh, I'm gonna touch a little bit here. You really gotta figure your way through. Pick your way through, find the V. I gotta get to it, though. Woo! Oh, that's not. Oh, shallow. Oh, I'm having such a good day. Oh. Yeah, hey Tim, how you doing? This is Kevin. Yeah, I'm at the Delaware Conservation Area. Yeah, day 3, yeah, I made it this far, yeah. No, I have not lost my paddles. I still have my paddles, thanks for asking. Got a question, quick question. How big's your backyard? So where should I put it?
It's up to you. I'd go under the tree myself.
Right here?
But yeah.
Okay. I'm home for the night.
All right.
Night 3 on the Thames River. A wild, remote river where you camp in people's backyard.
And there's cold beer in the fridge calling our name.
Yes!
So we got back paddle, blonde ale, or portage, which is an India pale ale. Ooh. So I think we should try each of them, don't you?
I think we should.
Yeah.
Is it cold?
It's really cold. It's been in the fridge.
Have I said I love you, Tim?
Easy. It's just beer.
I love paddling the Thames River, and I like drinking its beer as well. Cheers.
Hey Kevin,
Yeah?
time to go. Let's go.
Oh. What? Oh. Is the coffee on?
It is ready. It's already poured. How do you take it?
What did we just see?
Bald eagle. It's probably the second or third one we've seen so far. There's a few of them in here for sure.
So who are you?
I am Clinton Sickles. I'm from Oneida Nation of the Thames. I'm Oneida. Now, a lot of people, I don't think that they appreciate the water because they don't get out on the water. And once they get out here, then they'll realize how diverse it is and what's happening out here. It's really great. It's beautiful, that's for sure.
It gives us calmness. Yeah. And there are lots of birds that have like chirping sound or something. That's good for mind.
I love to visit Thames River because it's relaxing for me. Whenever I get stressed with exams or my personal problems, I go to there. It's peace and refreshes my mind.
A very silent place. It's a peace, and it's a good place for peace-loving people.
Best ever thing I have ever had in Canada.
Well, it's a bit of an anniversary today. Special anniversary. Oh, I just walked through stinging nettle. Oh, that hurts. Oh, that hurts. It burns. It goes away. Yeah, it put little tiny stinging things on this plant, puts acid in your bloodstream. Oh, that hurts. Okay, it'll go away, it'll go away, it'll go away. Bit of an anniversary today. I'll be back. Okay, just went in the water to wash my legs off for good. Okay, bit of anniversary today. My hat, the special hat. I got this hat off some guy's head in Toronto 30 years ago today for 30 bucks. Yeah, I just want to talk about the section past Delaware, and you go through a series of First Nations reserves. And to show respect, the protocol is to contact the chiefs of each reserve by email or by phone, and you get that information on Google, no problem. And you just ask if you can float through their land, and everything's fine. I did it. They all contacted me and really appreciated that I asked. And I didn't need to camp on their land because I was passing through and I didn't need to camp there. I was camping somewhere else. So yeah, just a note. Oh, okay, that's still burning. Oh. Stinging nettle. Silly white man. So you guys spend the whole day working together?
Yeah.
On the river?
Yeah.
How'd you get that job?
8 hours and more. We volunteer.
The paid folks or the volunteer folks work their butts off, and I think it's only because they care so much about the species they're working with, care so much about the river, and I think that's important to know when you're out here, to respect the area, respect the species, because you know it's very limited in terms of how much is still available and the threats that are facing this ecosystem. Southwestern Ontario has been hit hard by human use, so there's a way that we can have human use as well as preserving green space and natural corridors. And I think that's the most important thing to think about. Enjoy what we have here, but respect what you're seeing. 1, 2, 3. I love the Thames!
The adventure continues on the Thames River. I'm being picked up by Phil from Arrowwood Farms, Blueberry Farm, and he's invited me to stay at his farm and pitch my tent. And what do you think of the Thames?
Oh, it's beautiful. It's a lovely spot. I mean, it's like a little bit of an oasis in the middle of farm country. And
blueberries. What were you thinking?
That's a good question. I don't know. I thought it'd be easy.
Oh, it's very nice. Very nice campsite.
Well, you're camping out back.
Top of the morning to you. It's day 5. I'm just leaving the Blueberry Farm. It's a nice night. I'm hoping this is only like a 3/4 day, because yesterday I paddled 8, maybe 9 hours, and I don't want another day like that. It's not as hot, but it is going to be another hot day, and I don't do well in heat, so I'm a little fried right now, but I'm good. I'm good. Just enjoying this. There's lots of willow. There's other tree species. I don't know the species here. I'm past forest technician, but I worked in the north doing that, and I know all those species, but yeah, I don't know anything. And you know what? It's nice not to know some things. This is the section I would think was more of that huckfin feel to it. You're floating down the river. There's no swifts here. It's just a small little current floating you down. It's a really wide river, just surrounded by tree growth. Nice and peaceful and calm. I never thought I'd be thankful it's raining. It just started to rain, and hopefully this cools it off. Thunderstorms coming in. Awesome. A heat wave burning on fire. I want rain. I want rain. All right, gotta go. Smells like cow manure. Yep, cow manure. Well, I'm getting close to the last bridge before Big Bend Conservation Area. I keep forgetting the name. Totally different scenery here. It's like, woof. Look at that. Ooh. Nice. Very, very nice. I gotta make camp. We're going on 8 hours here. 8 hours of paddling. Did 9 yesterday. I'm exhausted. I mean, really, obviously, Big Bend Conservation Area has to be around here somewhere. You know what I'm saying? I'm at a camp site. Big Bend Conservation Area. Cool, nobody's here. I saw endless bald eagles. It was after like 12. I was like, okay, I'll give up counting. After 20, I'll give up. I mean, you keep thinking you're seeing the same eagle, but no, there's eagles everywhere. They're the rats of the sky. Oh my lord. Saw owls, saw hawks. I saw one person today in 8 hours of paddling. Hey, stop! Get back here! Halt! Hey! Where are you going?
We're going to sit together?
Sure. 1, 2, 3.
History is alive on the Thames River.
So I got myself a girlfriend, Christine Redmond. My daughter set me up with her. I met her by teaching her how to stern paddle a canoe. And my daughter and I were out in our lake in Chatham showing her, and then a storm hit, so we went back inside, had a cup of tea, and yeah, she left. Had a good conversation, and my daughter goes, "You should ask her out, Dad." I went, I don't know, I'm not sure if I want to date, I don't know. And she said, yeah, it's about time, Dad, it's about time. So I said, well, what do you think? And she said, well, I really like her. I said, why? Well, she's quite normal. What do you mean? She said, well, Dad, you don't know a lot of normal people. Yeah, awesome. Thanks, Kyla. Hi, Christine. Yeah, this is interesting. When you camp at a pullover area monument place along the major road, you're going to have visitors. I wish I can get all of them on film. All of them said, no, I don't want to be in film. I had dog walkers come by and tell me all about their life in the Thames and how the Thames is all part of their town and how it connects the town. And then had another guy that actually released a squirrel from his house here. Oh, and someone else is coming up. This is a busy place. That was a young couple. They just came here to do something other than releasing squirrels and walking a dog. Nope, they just changed their mind. Oh, youngins these days. I'm telling you, we never did that when we were growing up. It's a good night. Good times. Well, I think this marks a halfway point to Chatham today. I think. Kent Bridge. Well, at least I flipped a map anyway. These maps are amazing for this trip. Those guys I met 2 days into the trip, Chris and Andrew, from Thames River paddling routes, I think. Yes, I got it right. Yep. I'm about halfway to Chatham, where I've got myself a special place this deep for tonight. It's a bit of a surprise. I'm not telling you. Let's just say it's worth the paddle. There's a big spider web on the stick. This spider was huge. I don't like spiders. I don't like spiders or snakes. What it takes to love me. I want to be loved by you. Oh, and Christine, you're far from normal. And that's a good thing. I'm going bushy. You know, it's a real trip when you forget what day it is. That was day 6, this is day 7. And I think after day 5, you don't really count the days. That's probably what's going on. Speaking of that, boy, I tell you, the average canoe trip right now for people, 2 nights. And I started out back in the 70s. The average was 10 days. Yeah, things change, right? We're busy. Everybody's busy. And I get that. The only thing is that you don't really get comfortable and connected out here until day 5, I think. I mean, it's nice to do a weekend trip. It's nice to do a day trip. It's just that you really don't get really into the trip and be comfortable out here until you spend a few more days, a few more nights. Because this becomes your day-to-day routine, not what you have at home. Off the tangent once again. Oh, I tell you. Just had a motorboat go by me. Things are changing on the river. Well, you can tell I'm getting closer to Chatham. There's some houses. Actually, the houses started appearing just after a golf course upstream. And after that, the houses of the whole entire trip, that's the most houses I've seen. Oh, my old bones are cracking and sitting in his canoe all day. Whoa. Don't tell anybody. We're storing my canoe down by the river. Just be safe. I have connections in this town. Where are you taking me?
I'm taking you to the Retro Suites Hotel, Kevin. Probably the most finest, boutiquest hotel you've ever come across in your whole life. Right, based down here in downtown Chatham.
Look at this!
Kevin, you've arrived.
Look at this! Wow, this is amazing. Look at this room. Look at this. Look at that. Yes, I think Chatham, Kent is a lovely place to visit.
Chatham has a lot of history, especially with the Thames, and Sons of Kent, we're Kent County, obviously as the name comes from, and there's 4 partners, myself being one. We all grew up in Kent County. Obviously the Thames River has a lot of history, and it was really neat for me growing up, listening to my parents talk about the history of the river, obviously in the heyday in the 70s and the 80s when boats would come from all over the place to dock in the river and throw some pretty crazy parties. Where our brewery is located right now was once the old Cinema 6 in the heart of downtown Chatham, but prior to that, about 100 years ago, was Chatham's first automotive manufacturing company. So we used to build cars right here. So it's kind of cool being part of that history and being close to the river, and obviously having the river downtown Chatham close to the brewery, it adds some character to our city and some unique stories that we get to hear about too. So I really want to explore more of it, and I think this summer my goal is to go downstream and get down to Lake St. Clair and see if I can make it that far. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, you're inspiring me, you know.
Don't tell anybody. But I'm washing my dainties. Perfect. Perfect. I guess I'm low enough that they don't have to raise the bridge for me. They just wave me on. Oh man, it's getting to be a big river.
Hi, I'm Bonnie Carey, and I work for the Lower Thames Valley Conservation Authority. I'm their Community Relations Coordinator. I've been around this river for probably, all my life. I've lived in southwestern Ontario, grew up in London Township, and so the river was always a great part of my life. When I was working many years ago for the authority, we got the river designated as a Canadian Heritage River. And through that process, it was just amazing. The history, the culture, the environmental importance, the recreational importance of the river, all these things that I had no idea about. And I guess I am a little concerned about the river at this point just because of the condition of it. We really need to step up and start taking notice of cleaning up the river and looking after our species at risk and do our part for reforestation and keeping the phosphorus loadings out of the river, that sort of thing. It's the whole community, the whole watershed that needs to pull together to help the river.
So it is a totally different part of the river, which is kind of cool. Like the idea of everything changes day by day, and I'm just hoping the wind doesn't pick up. It's really cold out actually. I mean, I went from 38 degrees Celsius to now it's like 12. They shoot bangers off of their houses here to scare off the geese off their lawn. It's so funny. Holy jumping, scare the living daylights out of me. A little rough, a little rough. A little bit of waves coming from motorboats. I've gone for I don't know how many days not seeing anybody on the river, and then all of a sudden there's like, wow, a lot of people, a lot of fast boats. I think I'm getting close. Woo. That last one was a little dicey. Ooh. I see the lake, Lake St. Clair. Awesome. 8 days, over 300 kilometers. Fantastic trip. Amazing river. Full of culture, full of history, full of ecological diversity. Man, what a great adventure. Reconnect with nature, reconnect with the Thames, paddle the Thames. It's an amazing trip. Woo-hoo! You came to meet and greet,
Yeah,
and it looks like there's something in there.
I brought you a little present. That's for you. Thought you might enjoy that.
Again, I'd like everybody to know, I'm not the Dean Martin of the canoe world, okay? So this whole thing about me liking whiskey, well, I do like whiskey. What do you got, Mike?
Here we got some Wolfhead coffee whiskey. And I know somebody that loves whiskey.
This has to stop. These people giving me bottles of whiskey, and it does not have to stop. Keep it coming.